I don't see the live yet.
Welcome, everyone. Charlotte is on my page now. I'm actually looking at it. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to Icons Unite. And as you can see, I am here with the amazing, amazing SherlThePearl. I am your co-host, Diamond. Together we are Diamonds and Pearls, Icons Unite. We are collaborating authors in this amazing book about to drop tomorrow, less than 24 hours. The excitement is so euphoric. Oh my gosh. So I am so excited. If you can log on either on a Zoom or on our social media, Shirelle Diamond Hogans on Facebook, and then Randolph. I'm sorry, Sherl Randolph on
SherlThePearl.
Is SherlThePearl on Facebook?
Yeah.
SherlThePearl
at
on
SherlThePearl.
Facebook, and it's live streaming on Facebook. And we had to get together because out of all of the amazing authors that are a part of this, we decided to team up, and not even knowing to us, we were Diamond and Pearls. Shirelle Diamond Hogans and SherlThePearl. So we are going to get right into this amazing conversation about unlock the icon within our chapters, the journey to writing our chapters, and what we want you to get out of it. So please like, share, and listen, you might be in a drawing to win something when the book comes out. So it's very important that you pay attention, you participate, you like and you share. I love like and share. So like and share, and I got you. I'm telling you right now, like and share as I got you. We have to, collaborate to make sure that we make a loud sound in this earth as we collaborate together as icons unite, and as my kingdom sister, so that's just a plus. My kingdom sister, we are collaborating. I always believe that legacies are made when passions collide and collaborate, and I'm hashtagging that. That is my, my saying, what is that? My quote that will follow me generations to come. Legacies are made when passions collide and collaborate. So without further ado, let me stop sharing my screen and let me show you my amazing co-host. So grateful that she is here today. SherlThePearl, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you all doing? So happy to be here. So excited. Yes. I'm full. I really am.
Come on, Sherl.
And haven't even had dinner.
Short conversations alone have been amazing. I can't wait to read your chapter, though.
Yes, I can't wait. Yes, definitely. So yeah, it's gonna be hard for me just to give a little snippet, just a little tease, just a little something, a little ham bone.
Yes. I was telling you, I had to reread. I reread my chapter before we got on just to have it fresh in my memory. And girl, I was like, wait, what? Who wrote that? God always guides my hand, and he takes control of my thoughts, and I leave it all in the book. I leave it all in the ink, all in the book, and whatever thing I'm doing, I leave it all on the table. And it inspired me today. So everyone who knows me knows I don't do pushing products. I always tell you I got resources for you that come in the form of books or magazines or a movie or whatever creative thing God has workshops, whatever creative thing God has allowed me to operate in at that moment. So I don't push products. Listen, whether you buy a book or not, that's up to you. I'm not a salesperson. I live life and I share those nuggets and resources so that I can help give you tools to equip you to create an environment that you can thrive in, because it's working for me and I'm thriving in the environment I created, and I share those and resources so that you can take hold of them and create your own environment so that you can thrive in. So not selling books, I'm pushing hope, I push help. That's what I do. And it's on you to, to grab it, take hold of it, to activate it in your life so that you too can be thriving and unleash that icon within you. So I talk a lot, so I'm gonna pass the mic over to Sherl. SherlThePearl, tell us about your chapter in this amazing book, Unleash the Icon Within. First of all, shout out to our amazing leader, Sherl.
Yes.
Sherl,
Yes.
she is amazing
Yes.
for putting this
Yes.
together. And I don't want to get Kimberly's last name wrong, so I will look up her last name before I say
LeBou.
it wrong. You know her last name?
Kimberly LeBou.
Yes. Yes, I had to look it up because I didn't want to say it incorrectly. Shout out to Kimberly LeBou, who is the editor and publishing this. She put a lot of things together, been hands-on.
Yes.
We've had multiple Zoom meetings and just the conversations, the encouragement, the tools and resources they provided so that we can be successful as contributing authors. Truly, truly appreciate you all. Truly, truly appreciate you all. So passing the mic to the Pearl, Diamond, passing off to the Pearl. SherlThePearl, what's going on? Tell us about your chapter.
Thank you so much. Yes, my chapter, as my chapter is the unapologetic faith journey of a diamond. So, and then of course I meet Diamond here. So definitely about that. I do want to add that the book, the anthology, and especially, giving kudos, like we just said, to Sherl Pullins and to Kimberly LeBou. I know particularly for Sherl Pullins, she just doesn't do anything just to be doing it. So this is not just something that we're doing. Okay, hey, we're authors, we're entrepreneurs, let's just, put some words together and just, make some money. It's not even really, even though it's for profit, it's really not even about that. It's really about impacting lives. It's really about seeing people walk out their purpose. It's really about people being ignited on the inside, because each of us have that icon within. And when you begin to dig deep into the connector, which is God, and you begin to connect with him, he's going to unleash the things that you don't even realize that you have within, or just need to be shook, and I talk a bit about in my chapter, of course, just a smidget about, a diamond, so you can say metaphorically, obviously, if the diamond doesn't start out, with that shining beauty, even though it's always a diamond.
Talk about it, girl.
Something to get to the shining diamond. It's pressurized. It goes through something. It has to be shaken. It has to be roller coaster, all of that. It's dug deep. It's deep down. But it's connected to something, the diamonds in the earth there. So the source being, the earth, the diamond, but me connected to God. And so him making me that diamond, something that I didn't know I had within. So even when it came about to do the anthology, and I had to stop and think, me, icon, but realizing, raising my level of expectation to how God sees me. Doesn't matter how SherlThePearl sees herself. Yes, it does. But initially, you need to gravitate to what God says about you. And that's really what we all need to do, is be in alignment with what God says and who we are. And that's how we're able to walk out our purpose. I always talk about purpose, even as I'm rebranding my business, my brand. And it's about, teaching people how to live a life of purpose, passion, and joy. And for a moment, the enemy tried to steal that and say, well, how are you going to teach people that? But he's a lie. God put that in me. And so that's what raises me up to. So I'm unlocking the icon within me. And I say that boldly, but as boldly as I say it, it's also very humbling, humbling. It's with a humble heart, because if you know my story, you know why I can boldly say now, yes, unlock the icon within and moving forward with that. And so unapologetically, for many years of my life, I silently apologized, was afraid to step into who God really made me to be, because, things in my prior younger life or whatever, worrying about rejection or whatever, all of that, God had to remove all of that. Again, that diamond being pressurized. And sometimes God has the right circumstances to come about so that you can be that whole diamond. And so I'm very excited that, there's no apologies anymore. I boldly say
Come
that
on, sis.
unapologetically. There's, in other words, and this is so funny, I've received some words recently in my life, no more hiding, not that I was intentionally hiding, but it's like Gideon in the Bible. He was hiding. He was like, "But God, what about this over here? What about that?" No, it don't matter. No, I'm walking in my boldness, my greatness, my iconicness because of God. That's first my source. So yeah, it's with a boldness and an authority, because it's time for me to rise up and walk into that and be in alignment with God has for my life. And so it's the same thing for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, no apologies. It's a faith journey. It has not been without faith.
Honey.
So that's why it's titled that, and the diamond. So, we love your support. Grab hold when the book is finally out there, leash, get your copy. Our pre-sales start tomorrow. So yeah, jump on the bandwagon so that you can get a taste of the
Yeah.
unapologetic inspirational messages that are in this book, because it will change your life. It will change your life. If you think, oh, maybe not, either it's going to plant a seed or it's ready to sprout, or you just going to be ready to fully walk into all God has for you. Trust and believe God has appointed time for you to rise up and walk into your iconicness as well. So I'm going to pass the mic back to Lady Diamond.
You said a mouthful. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, when you talk about the pressure and going through the fire, I'm like, talk about it. Go ahead and talk about it, honey. The name Diamond was given to me early in my faith walk, because they said you are valuable to the kingdom of God, and you really don't know who you are until you are in it and you're evolving, that you don't know how much purpose and value you carry until you are in it. How you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, it really gets intensified. And really, and this goes into my chapter, Fight Through the Fog, because your perception of you, how you see yourself, how you value yourself, it is very important that you have a healthy perception of yourself. I say, and I'm just giving a synopsis of my chapter, that, as you evolve certain levels, and think about it compared to like playing a video game, certain levels are for the novice, it's the beginners, it's easy, and you see a lot of the opposition on the outside. It's easy to not easy, it's easier to see opposition on the outside versus on the inside. And as you conquer certain levels in life, now the opposition is yourself. It's your old self. It's the self that I say, I'm 45. I was 45 when I wrote this. I'm 46 now, but it's like, people always tell me, that's just who I am. That's who I've been. No, that's who you accepted and you embraced yourself to be. That's how life experiences have molded you to be. And when you get to a certain level in life, when you get to a certain level in the game of life, it's no longer the opposition of others. In order for you to evolve into the icon that you are, in order for you to unleash the purpose that's inside of you at its maximum intensity, you have to deal with and break down that person that you have been for all these years, the mindset of others that you've adapted as your own, the view of others that you've adapted as your own, the things that, triggers and trauma and life experiences, and, how things have been, how you used to react, why you react to things that are coming up. Fighting through the fog is really you against you. Because the fog will get thicker if you don't address the things that are hindering you from being the best version of you. It holds you down and becomes such a mental blockage. It's a mental weight. It takes all of your mental energy that eventually evolves into a physical de-appreciation of yourself. You can't do anything. If your mind is messed up, if your mind is foggy, if you have this heavy mental weight going on and you're in this heavy mental state, your mind houses your thoughts. It houses how you think. It houses how you operate. And if you don't have a clear mind and you're fogged up because of life now, life in the past, repetitive stuff, how you see yourself, all the negativity, then you can't think clearly. You can't really embrace and have a great quality of life now, which is going to mess up your future. And after the mental heavy state, you become depressed. You physically can't do anything. It takes all of your energy to do anything. And it depreciates your life value. I'm on this thing of quality of life. My quality of life means something to me. And I can't allow, when you're younger, you're under the impression or the guidance of other people, the power of other people. And sometimes you feel helpless, hopeless. You don't have a right to say anything. You don't have the power to say anything. But, we get older in age, but do we mature? Sometimes there are older people still operating from a hurt teenage age or a younger age. They're still stuck mentally and operating physically from that hurt age, that younger age. Even though they're mature, they look like they're grown, they got jobs, they're doing this, but everybody who shows up in their physical state is not who they are. They are operating from a different perspective, a different hurting perspective. So when you got to fight through the fog, you have to really take time to give therapy to you, evaluate you, see who you are. Am I being triggered? Do I have trauma? What trauma do I have? How bad is it really just, invaded and taken over my life? Am I hurt now, or am I hurt because of what something happened now, but somebody said years ago? It's a lot of time you got to spend with you. And if you value, and this, we said we have to get to valuing ourselves. So I can't just accept, or I can't just assume that you even value yourself. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Do we really value ourselves on the level that we should? Or do we value ourselves by the perceptions of others? I'm going to pass the mic over to you, but I want to read this one part of, this is a new part that I'm sharing from my book, from my chapter. It's a new part because I was reading that. It punched me in the stomach. I was like, I can't share the whole chapter because I have a chapter and I want you guys to get the book, but I really want you to see this thing. Listen to this. The fog won't dissipate. I'm trying to make this go down so I can read it. The fog won't dissipate. It won't leave. It won't go away with your thoughts. We try to think our way through. We got to open up our mouths. We got to use our affirmations. We got to talk back to that thing that's trying to keep us down, trying to keep us in prison, to minimalism, that is enslaving us, imprisoning us in our past and then our trauma. We got to talk back to that thing. So it says the fog won't go away with your thoughts. This isn't a play fight. Our goal is to land blows to break through the fog. Your actions have to complement your words. Challenges will be intense and attempt to make you retreat. Only you can determine the level of hunger to unlock the icon within you. It's there awaiting you to match its energy by fighting through the fog. Can nobody tell you or determine tell you how hungry you are? Can nobody else determine how hungry you are? Only you can do that. So when you get mad, when you get frustrated, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's what, some of the older folks say. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you want to do something about it. It's not a play fight. Your life is not a play fight. This is your life. This is your life, and you have to own it. And that means you got to get up and do the work. And fighting through the fog means I'm going to stand up, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to fight for me. I'm going to fight through everything that's trying to hold me back, and I'm going to give it all I got. I'm not going to just be in my mind with it. I'm just not going to try to think it through. You can try, you can pray, but it says faith without works is dead. So you got to pray and fight. You got to pray and do something. You can't just sit there and put it all on God when he's giving you all the power to do do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can dare ask or think. He put everything in you to do that, to be available for that. But you got to show up for you. It's not a play fight. You are valuable. And the more intense your life is, the more intense the opposition is, the more valuable you are. And you have to own that. It's not a play fight. I can't tell if you're hungry. I can't determine your hunger. Only you can do that. Land those blows, talk back to your fog, talk back to the negativity, talk back, fight that trauma, deal with it, get therapy, do whatever it takes for you to have the quality of life that you deserve, that you can be happy in. that you can have peace in, not sometimes, not just exist, but I'm talking about really living out your wildest dreams. You got to fight through the fog to unlock the icon within so you can be the world changer that changes lives, that makes an impact, that people will be talking about your name, about your legacy for decades to come. Passing the mic back over to Sherl because I can talk. I'm telling you, I can talk.
That's okay. It's all good.
I'm hyped. I'm so hyped about this book right now.
I am. Yeah, believe me. Yeah, those that know that I'm like, yeah, I really, so it's there, but I'm like keeping myself, let me, because, I'll be all the way live, just, listening to what you're saying and just thinking of the unified connection. And definitely when you talked about the legacy and we talked about opening up and walking out in those things and fighting, through that fog there, I could relate to a lot of things that you had shared. And when your eyes are open, your eyes, your ears are open to what God is showing you, that raises your level of expectancy, being able to rise up and see beyond just the right now. So the things that you may have endured when you were younger, or, myself when I was younger, that's not who I am anymore. I really am who I am now. It's funny. It's like God would be sitting there and I already know this is what she's going to become. She's already that diamond. She's already the iconic diamond. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that, for so long, right. All the old stinking thinking, and a lot of that is gone, but there's still sometimes that weeds would try to crop up, them little mental weeds, that would try to tell you, so it's not always the enemy, telling you there are things that because you have believed those old stinking thinking, then right, you are fighting against yourself, because I'm blessed that I don't have people telling me, well, you ain't gonna never do this and you can't do that. The circle of people around me, I'm blessed I don't have that. So it was my own worst enemy and giving ear to that. Even if I know that the word of God says something else, then it would be like, well, the circumstance did happen. And so I would look at the circumstances. And so that cuts off your consistency, that cuts off your innovativeness, it cuts off your creativity, it stifles you. What is that? John 10:10 says the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So, destroying that creativity, quieting my mouth and all, not speaking up and speaking out for what God has put in me, so there's something that he's put in me for me to be that impact into the world. And so no more hiding of that, it's time to move forward. And even again, like we say, not giving away our chapters, but there is a piece, just one little snippet,
Come
that
on, because I'm ready. I want to hear it.
This one
I'm
little
greedy
snippet
for encouragement and empowerment, honey. I'm hungry for it all. Bring it. Come on, SherlThePearl. Come on, SherlThePearl.
Look, don't get me laughing because then I'll be over here to the comedic side. So I'm trying to be the because I got all sides there. But anyway, that is the multifaceted SherlThePearl. But there is a piece in here that I say, so I ask, have you endured much pressure in your life and ready to break through? Are you ready to shine bright in your giftings? Is there a time in your life that brings you to the place of thinking what is on the inside of you? That's a snippet that's from my chapter there.
Come on now.
Of course, there's more. I will add this other little piece, and then the rest, you're gonna have to.
You gotta get it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get it. I will share this other part. Everything was. Well, let me say this. Remember the title of my chapter, The Unapologetic Faith Journey of a Diamond. And so this one piece I put in here, everything was and is by faith. Everything. This holds true to the word of God shared with me, stating that I would learn to live by faith like never before. It has already begun. That's also in my chapter. So, and thank you for listening, those that are on the live with us and even on the replay, for what we have shared and things like that. I think about, I pause. I really, truly pause, because when I stop to think about everything that I've endured in my life, and everything that I've gone through.
Girl.
Purpose. Y'all bear with me because I'm just thinking of God in all his awesomeness. He already knew that Sherl, before I was SherlThePearl, that I was going to be everything that I am today on March 4th, 2023, Saturday. What's my thing says 12:35. God already knew. He never gave up on me. He never, ever gave up on me. He breathed life into me, breathed life. He breathed hope into me. He breathed purpose into me. He breathed impact into me. He breathed motivation, inspiration. Even when I didn't think that I could do it anymore or that I had it within me, God says it is so, daughter. So I'm thankful. Yes, I've gone through, it has not been all peaches and cream. So people be telling the lie, or people would be telling the lie if they would never say, because I have learned that those that are successful, and especially in the entrepreneurial world, failure is a part of success. I wanted to keep those two separate because I was feeling like a failure when I had times in my life that things failed. So I had to separate the two. It's like what is that? That super glue that you buy in the store, whatever. I ain't bought none in a long time, but the super glue, it's like real stuck together. Well, God comes in and he's that real spiritual glue that he separates what doesn't need to be there anymore. He severs it. So I thank God that he came in my life. He was already just waiting for me to open up my heart to him. And that was in 1986. Because he was already coming in to till the ground and to break up every fallow ground that needed to be gone in my life, to remove everything. Now, if he had removed everything, right, it could be, oh, I could be sitting like this beach background. I could be sitting here, oh, life is this pretty. But really, would I learn anything from it? Would I gain any lessons? Would I have the level of appreciation, the level of humility when you go through things? Would I have a story to tell? If I'm just sitting here all the time on the beach, and oh, this is so pretty. Oh, the beach, the waves is blowing, the palm tree. I don't have no story to tell other than the beach. The palm trees looking at them.
The beach's
They're
story.
people.
The
Right,
beach's
right.
story. That's what we be telling.
Right. Yeah, I be telling that. Oh, believe me, I love that. Love the palm trees. I'm thinking about from impacting people's lives and connecting to them, because God sent me here, all of us, for us to do something in the earth. And so you can spend a lifetime figuring it out. Like I said, what's that thing where it talks about in the corporate world, you climb in the ladder and you realize that you done climbed on the wrong side when you get to the top. Well, it's sort of like that in the spiritual realm, that why climb without God and the Holy Spirit leading you to it. Now, it's what your faith believes, but that's what works for me and has worked for me, that I can't do anything without God. That's all I'm really trying to say in this long monologue just now. I cannot do it without God. I have not been able to do it without him. And not only that, God has sent people in my life that have been there with me to walk through it with me, that have encouraged me when I, the encourager, I, the motivator, didn't have it to motivate myself, and I'm just like, can I do this? Do I have this in me? Do I really matter? And all that. That's why I come forth so strong, because when you wake up and realize, wait a minute, and you shake yourself, you realize you do have it. You are that very thing that you're trying to tell others. So you don't have to believe the lies any longer. And even now, most recently in my life, I was just thinking about the word of God, and I've been hearing about, the word, really standing on that, and it's not just prayer, but that word. And sometimes, I want things to be just like that, but it's not always like that. So I grow in the level of God taking me through things. And what really happens is that my intimacy with him increases. That's how my book, my other book that I did, the devotional, it came about through my quiet time with him. So everything that I'm walking out in life, it's not without God giving me the nuggets to drop along on which way to go. And sometimes, when you're waiting, like, okay, well, God, I need you to kind of show me. Well, that's where the faith comes in, because building my relationship with him, then I get to know him. He already knows me, but get to know him so I can trust that, okay, knowing what I've learned about God, then I believe he's doing this and leading me this way and leading me that way. And further taking me to a path of unlocking, my book Diamonds, Treasures, and Pearls. I always talk about that purpose and the treasures within. We each
Yeah.
have that. So that's just, on my heart. I just was pausing for a moment and I just kind of got full, just thinking about where I am and where I didn't think that I would be. Not that I didn't think I would be alive. I don't mean that, but just didn't think that I had the value. And so many people tell me what they see in me, but it took me a long time for me to see it in me. And so I'm
Yeah.
thankful to God. And here I am sitting here with an anthology book called Unlock the Icon Within.
Come on,
20,
sis.
30, 40 years ago, I would have never thought. So, and guess what? It's really just beginning. This is just
Yes.
beginning. So the ride is about to be, when they say it's
Yes.
on and
It is
popping,
just
I'm loving
beginning.
it.
That part.
So
That
yeah,
part. That's the
yeah,
that's the part I'm really elated about. Like, we can go on and go on about what we've been through and what we
yes.
survived and what we experienced in our past. And oh, girl, we can talk for days, cry rivers, cry oceans, but to be in this moment and to know that it's just really beginning.
Yes,
It's
it is.
really just beginning to take off and for us to
Mhm.
really experience life on a level that we were designed to know that it's our time in a sense. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to I agreed to or join the compilation book, and join forces with the other authors. And I can't wait to see what their chapters are and what they bring to the
Yes.
table, and how without knowing each other's chapters, how they will all complement each other. And our hope and desire, let me give you the synopsis of the book, where a compilation book of inspirational messages to help you unapologetically step into your greatness. Like, we are, girl, this, let me tell you, I've been trying to hold on to it, but in the middle of this thing, just gotta go. We've been just that was just so, but we want you to live your best life. We want you to live your best life. We know what it's like to be in a state of despair, a state of being stuck, of not knowing the who you are, the what are you supposed to be doing in this world, the why am I here, when is it going to happen, how is it going to happen. We've all been there, and some of us are still there in some stages of our life. Not maybe on a novice level, some people may be on a novice level. We're all at different stages of life.
Mhm.
And we want to we know what it's like, and I pray that we all wrote from that knowingness so that we can connect with you as a reader. Our heart's passion is to connect with you, to give you the tools and resources to light a fire
Yes.
under you, to let you know you have never been alone. You are not alone now. Some of us have been where you are. Some of us are where you are going, but you are not alone. And it is possible for you to live out your wildest dreams. And again, it takes your hunger. It takes you having a wantingness, a desire to live out your wildest dream, to be able to say, you know what? I do matter. I matter. I want to know what I am here for, because you are not your past. You are not the things you have been through. You have experienced them, but they do not define you. And to be in that state of unknowingness, that state of in between who you were and where you're going, it can be very lonely. It can be very devastating. It can be very heartbreaking. It can be very crazy. But hopefully, with the women who wrote in this book, despite your faith, and I say that all the time, I know who I believe in. I know who I worship. I know who feeds my soul or makes my heart beat. Despite your faith, we all share common experiences. So if you take the experience and connect to the experience and ask yourself, how can I get where you are? That's what we're leaving. We're leaving nuggets. We're leaving tools. We're giving resources. We're giving lifelines to you where you are, to rejuvenate you, to shock you into a state of productivity, shock you into a state of viability. Because you can be alive with a heartbeat, but still be dead inside. And I know what that's like. So we're giving you these nuggets to help you see yourself different. See the possibilities of you like never before. Because you will be a light to the people around you in your home, at your job, in your community, whatever you do out in the community, on the bus, on the ride to work, on the train, no matter where you are, you will be a light, but you have to let your light shine. And a lot of times life will be a bully and try to dim that light in you. It will try to literally kill you physically, but it's so ignorant enough that it will allow you to live, but be dead inside and live a life of misery and despair and hopelessness and helplessness and using unhealthy coping mechanisms or getting connected to things that are only going to make it worse for you. And that's what we're here for. That's what the group of women, all the contributing authors, I wish I had their names here because I would shout them all out, because this book will be an amazing resource and a lifeline because of the collective work that we put in to be able to assist you to thrive. I've survived a lot of things in life. Sherl talked about how she survived a lot of things in life, but let me tell you how surviving, as hard as it was, as hard as it is, it's not your end goal. Surviving is a benchmark. Surviving is a benchmark for you to catch your breath, recoup, rejuvenate, re-engage so that you can thrive. You can live out your wildest dreams. We were promised life and life more abundantly, and that's not surviving. Life and life more abundantly is thriving in every area of your life. But you have to be active in the process. And we just want to assist. We want to give you your flowers. We want to give you a virtual hug. We want to give you an encouraging word, an empowering word. We don't want you. I'm big on not being inspirational. I don't want to inspire you to engage or to excite your feelings in the moment. I want to empower you with tools and resources so that when you can't hear our voice, when these words of the excitement wear off and you're hit with life, you have tools to combat that. I want to empower you to be active in your own life. I want to empower you with the tools and resources so that you can thrive and live out your wild. I keep saying it. I love being repetitive. Live out your wildest dreams. Live out your wildest dreams. It's available. It's available. Sherl, you have any closing words? You have anything else you want to say? I know we said we wasn't going to be on here long, but honey, I can talk to you forever. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You have any other words you want to share?
What do I want to say? Do I ever have closing words? Yes, I can say such. I would say, remember to let's do this. And what I mean by that is let's do this life together, as Shirelle, Lady Diamond, I've now coined her as, has shared. Let's do the life together. Let's take that moment to pause. Really, seriously, take that moment to pause. Get you a pen and paper so that, take that moment, because first of all, you are worth it. And it ain't because L'Oreal said it. You're worth it. Take that moment, take just 5 minutes, sit down, get a piece of paper, get your pen, pencil, whatever you like, or if you want a journal book, whichever. but sit down and get quiet. And first, relish in the vast greatness that you are.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what you've been through. And I even had it repeated to me even this year, last month. Someone I was when I was in my head about some things, and a dear friend said to me, she said, "Sherl, you're not defined by your circumstances." I had to take my eyes off of that and like remind myself, shake myself, wait a minute. So I learned that even as you go along, everybody, like you said, at different levels, the shaking will always need to be done in a sense because that keeps you in alignment. You got a
Mhm.
car, you got to get the front wheel alignment done all the
Right.
time. If you let that car just go, it's going to get out of alignment at some point. So that Holy Spirit God is our alignment to keep us aligned. And it's not for rigidness, but it's really in a freedom of a relationship. So
Mhm.
back to getting that paper, sit down, take a moment, take five. You got, 5 minutes. Everybody can take 5 minutes. You can go to the bathroom. So, if you got kids or whatever, 5 minutes, they might be knocking on the door, whatever. Get your 5 minutes. Leave mom alone for a minute, or a family member, whatever. Take 5 minutes. Write down whatever comes to your heart about your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish. Write down the things that maybe you've never uttered out of your mouth before, that you've thought on, and you thought, maybe not. I don't know. The wildest dream, and I'm not talking about from a positive affirmation standpoint, even, I'm talking about even deeper than that. I'm talking about really connecting with who you have been destined to be here in this earth. Write down on that paper. And I can't think of it right now, but the scripture, Psalm 37:4, it talks about where, I'm always paraphrasing, where God, you know, gives you the desires of your heart.
Mhm.
He desires good for us. For so long, I thought, I always had to be perfect. But that was that perfect because I thought that I had to please God that way. And again, all of that was from the past. So I thank God that He's molded me to the new and that I can walk in this new, that I don't have to connect with the old any longer. But I haven't forgotten. I'm definitely willing to assist others in how they can be bold in their purpose. So write down those dreams, things that you're passionate about, and then go to God about it and ask Him to show you how that can come about. Now, take a lesson from me, your girl SherlThePearl. You give me something, I'm ready to rock and roll with it right there. But I had to learn timing too. But all
Yeah.
that comes with my relationship with God, that I had to learn that.
Yeah.
That's my spiritual pilot. And I say that as humbly as possible, as straightforward, real talk. Those that know me know I'm not trying to be the spiritual guru or, thus and thee and all rigid. I'm not about that. I broke out from that long time ago. This is a sister that's free and love to have that relationship with God and freedom. I had God tell me one time, I don't even require all the things that you require of yourself.
That
So,
part, sis. That part.
so this is somebody who's free now, free. And I just want you to be free in who God made you to be so that you can walk out your dream boldly, so that you can't just sit there and say, man, iconic. I don't know if that's for me. Yes, it is for you. Because
Yeah.
if you're sitting here listening to what we're talking about, it's for you. It's an appointed time. It's divinely connected for you to boldly be who you are to be. So I pray that those that take those few moments to sit down and write those dreams, I pray that God will show you strategically the path of how to go about it. And I pray that you would never lose the fire, that you would never, the light would never go dim on that dream that you're carrying within, that it would stay lit, brightly, boldly lit, that even when life comes about, you won't forget your purpose. You won't forget who you're destined to be. You won't forget that dream. You won't give up. Even if you feel low at that moment, you will keep pressing on because you will remember who you are in God. You will first of all remember that you're loved. You will first of all remember not only are you loved, that you are somebody, that you matter. And you've got to get out that thing that you carry. You don't stay pregnant for the rest of your life. You at some time got to give birth to that thing. So I
Sometimes
pray
you
that
gotta
you would give.
give birth
Yes,
to the baby. Give
yes.
birth to the
So
baby.
I pray that if that's the first time you're writing on paper and you ain't never done it, I pray that that thing will come to full term, full birth, and that it will be birthed at the appointed time, and that it would not give away to anything but its purpose. So those are my closing words, that you would walk in boldly with complete tenacity, with a complete perseverance, and complete never give up attitude to do everything that God has called you to do. Do it boldly, humbly, and with love, and with passion, and with joy. And may you be an influence to those that God has called you to. Those are my words that I shared today from your girl, SherlThePearl. Thank you for listening with us today.
SherlThePearl, put it down, drop the mic. Oh my gosh, girl, yes. Sherl, tell them, so our book drops tomorrow. The pre-sales start tomorrow.
Yes, March.
March 4th, March 5th.
March
Yes,
5th through the 11th. Yes,
huh?
through the 11th. March 5th through the 11th. Yes.
March 5th through the 11th. Thank you for that, sis.
Yes.
March 5th through the 11th, the pre-sales hit. So
Yes.
Sherl, no, you're going to update it, but give them your website so that they know where to go and support you at. And then I'll give them mine.
Yes.
But go ahead and share where your books are already. And then tomorrow, when the book Unlock the Icon Within releases, you can purchase and support Sherl at her website. Yes. So go ahead, Sherl, and I'll also put it in the social media
yeah, sure.
stuff too.
Yes, my my where you can get it from me there. It's at SherlThePearl.com, and that's SHERL thepearl.com. No Y, just SherlThePearl.com. That's where you'll find mine. And again, it's May. Why do I say May? Well, may you do all that God has for you. Maybe that's the word. So
you know what? We know how to pick it up. You know how to fix it. You know how to fix it.
March the 5th through March the 11th. And March 28th is when the book actually drops, launch, bang, kapow, it's out there. Yes, it's done.
But I say empty the clip. Sherl also has another book or other books. I'm not sure, but I know at least one other book on her website. Yes. You can go check her out. She has multiple purposes and titles, and she is utilized in this world in various ways. So definitely go check out her website so you can see what SherlThePearl is all about and where she is going to be at. And make sure you support her and her chapter. Make sure you check out her chapter in the book. Say your chapter title again, Sherl.
The Unapologetic Faith Journey of a Diamond.
Listen, she got me, so I'm going to have my own chapter, and then I'm going to be in her chapter too, because, that's just how it is. So, just make sure you go check out her chapter. When you get the book, make sure you read her chapter, because you heard her here first on Icons Unite. And you can always find me at SherelDiamondHogans.com. I will make sure I put it in the thread on our social media. But and I want to leave you with this. And again, congratulations to all of the other contributing authors. Hopefully we can unite more. For the next week, we'll have more. Hopefully we'll have more authors on here. Maybe our times didn't actually line up, which is fine. But listen, we're gonna keep feeding y'all spoonful, forkfuls, platefuls as the book rolls out, and even after. Again, we want you to thrive in life. But SherelDiamondHogans.com, SherlThePearl.com, and they will be in the thread on our social media. Let me leave you with this real quick. Fight through the fog and annihilate the mediocrity life tried to make you settle for. Say goodbye to the survivor version of you that's had to get by with the scraps to make you a meal. Embrace the concept of thriving, where you and many generations to come will feast. You understand me? Will feast. We've gotten by so much on the scraps of life, and that time is up. These women have come together under the leadership of Cheryl Pullins and her, I don't want to call her sidekick, her road dog, you know what I mean? Her ace, Kimberly LeBeau, you know, so Cheryl Pullins, Kimberly LeBeau, we appreciate you. Congratulations to all the authors of Unleash the Icon Within. And I'm telling you, if you've seen the book, if you've heard about the book, if you watch this live, if you know SherlThePearl and you've seen her, if you know me and you've seen me, take that as a sign that this book is for you, that this is the time that you should be focusing on you to unleash that icon within. Do it. We got your back. We got your front sides. We got it all. We got it for you. And if my story doesn't touch you, it's 20 other stories in there. Guaranteed one of those stories is going to hit you. One of those stories is going to hit you and a friend. So again, get this resource to equip you to create the environment that you can thrive in. We can dress it up. We can make it look pretty. My eyelash and already came off. So that was a message right there. This outside stuff don't last forever. You know what I mean? They don't. You got to do the internal work. Do the internal work so that you can unlock the icon. The icon. The icon within you. There's been Shirelle Diamond Hogans, SherlThePearl, Diamonds and Pearl, the dynamic duo. Here on the first episode of Icons Unite. Thank you so much. Make sure you visit our website for other resources that can probably assist you to thrive in life. And we will be seeing you soon. See you soon. Have an amazing day on purpose. Thank you for tuning in with us on today. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you utilize it. I hope you utilize it. And I will see you in a better state of mind and soon.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Shirl, don't hang up. I'm just an icon living. That's my song now, Shirl. I'm just an icon living. I'm just an icon living. Hey.
It says it's still, oh, okay. Is it still recording? It says recording.
Yep, I just stopped it online.
Okay. Okay.
Stop.